problems of our state, its people, and its communities. My deep interest in our state and the problem reflecting every segment of our population and our economy has given me a deep understanding and a first-hand working knowledge of our people and their families and their problems. I intend to use this knowledge to make the programs of our federal government responsive to the needs of the people rather than to the ambitions of Democrat politicians who have imposed upon us a nameless, faceless bureaucracy of social engineers. Let me add very quickly, because I know that this question will be one of the first.
None that you may seek the governorship?
I think I'd have to answer that question this way. I am a sincere and firm candidate for the United States Senate. If Governor Knowles seeks to announce or seeks the Senate seat, then I'd have to decide at that time whether I would seek any other office. I would say this, that it would be highly doubtful.
Senator, did you discuss this decision with the governor, and if so, what was his reaction?
I discussed this decision on a number of occasions with the governor. I think it only fair to state that he didn't dissuade me from running or from announcing, nor did he endorse my candidacy.
Senator, from the flavor of your statement, one would think you were against everything since Social Security. What do you propose instead of the welfare state and the trend toward more government-financed payments for poor people?
Well, I don't think I'm against everything, including Social Security. I think.
Did you talk to Odie Fish about this?
Senator Leonard, you say we need it.
Well, let me answer that question. And if I show a tendency to verbosity that I don't usually show, it's because I'm in a new setting. I have a very deep respect for Governor Romney. I think that Governor Romney has in Michigan shown that you can step into a situation where a state is in terrible economic chaos and bring some resolve and some fiscal responsibility to state government. I have a deep admiration for him as a campaigner. I am, however, persuaded that from the standpoint of the most important problem that this country faces, and that is in the area of foreign affairs, that the man who has the best background, the deepest background, has the experience and the working knowledge of our foreign policy problems is the former vice president. And I would be less than honest if I didn't answer the question directly. My choice is former Vice President Nixon. On the other hand, I certainly do not intend to be active. I have my own campaign going at this time, but you asked me the question and I answered.
Senator, you did not mention Vietnam in your statement. What is your position with our policy in Vietnam?
Well, I think it's not a question of just our policy in Vietnam alone. I think the question relates more to our overall policy in Southeast Asia. I think that many of our people have long been disturbed that there seems to be a lack of understanding as to how you deal with Southeast Asians generally. And I think that's a true conclusion. I think that the present administration and the Kennedy administration have failed to understand the deep cultural differences, the sociological differences that there are between our people and the people of Southeast Asia. Now, that's an important failure.
The Democrats only winner last time, Johnson McConnell.
I thought maybe you were going to ask me if I thought this junior senator from Wisconsin would be so afraid he wouldn't run again. Jim, I don't know what the Attorney General is going to do, really. You hear so many rumors. There's the rumor that the junior senator is putting the pressure on the Attorney General to run for governor on the theory that this gives him the strongest ticket. There is the other theory that the Attorney General is going to make up his own mind and he doesn't want to face a defeat. It's concentrating on those 5,000 people because I need the Republican convention endorsement in order to run. And if I don't get it, I won't run.
Senator, are you telling us by this announcement that you don't know what the governor is going to do? You don't know if he'll run for the Senate or the governor again?
Boy Scout honor, whatever you want me to do, I have no idea what the governor's going to do.
Would he, do you think he'd let you begin a campaign and then shuffle you out of it?
I sincerely and honestly believe that the governor has not made up his mind as to what he wants to do, and I think that there's certainly some good political psychology involved in that situation, in that he is the incumbent governor. It is not, well, let me point out to you that in 1966 he did not announce for governor until Saturday morning after he had been endorsed by the Republican convention on Friday. Now, obviously, he didn't stop anybody from putting his name in endorsement. So I think there's a good psychology in his not getting out in front. And it doesn't bother me. I've made my position clear. I think if we're to have a Republican U.S.
Senator, what do you consider some of the weak points of the incumbent that you are opposing now?
Well, let me first of all say that I would hope that this campaign is going to be run on the issues. I have a very deep respect for the incumbent senator. I served with him here in the legislature, worked with him on state problems, and so whatever I say reflects on the issues and not certainly not on him personally. Presumably you withdraw and come home, and if you withdraw from enough places, pretty soon you have no involvement throughout the free world. So certainly that's going to be an issue, and I think he showed his deep
Well, if the parent cannot control the child, the school social worker and vocational workers refer this type of child to the juvenile court. And this type of case then is heard by the judge. If this is a willful disregard on the part of the child of the state law, this court then commits the child to a controlled setting, either at Wales or at Oregon. It is indicated by statistics that the numbers of referrals have increased from December, where 180 referrals were made, to January, where 222 of these referrals were made. To my knowledge, they're being referred daily to the district attorney's office under a policy which was announced by the district attorney, the school officials, and the judge jointly just before Christmas of 1967. These parents are required to obey the state law to send their children to school every single day. There has been an increase in the numbers of parents referred to the district attorney's office, to my knowledge.
while a national debt exceeding $1/3 trillion, chaos in our streets, declining prestige abroad, discord and frustration among our people, it must be obvious the welfare state philosophy of the Democratic Party has been given more than a fair trial, and it has failed. It's long past time for a change, and change can only be achieved through new ideas, new perspectives, new approaches under a Republican president with increased Republican strength in both houses of the Congress. The incumbent is a dove, if you please. And I don't really believe that that position is consistent with the position of the vast majority of the people in this state. Wisconsin is not today at least, is not an isolationist state, nor is this an isolationist country. And you have to presume that the doves are isolationists because they have offered no alternative to our problems in foreign affairs generally, other than a withdrawal. He's the leader of our party in this state. If he chooses at some time between now and the Republican convention to announce that he will be a candidate for the United States Senate, I will vigorously support his candidacy.
Senator Leonard